Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Animeniacs. I almost forgot the name of the show. So, yeah, Animeniacs, episode 3 of Interview with Monster Girls.
I love this show.
This is a fun show. And when you hear, when you put the title Monster Girl on, it always gets that pervy connotation. But this isn't like that.
Really not.
No. There's a few odd things here and there that would be, I guess, pervy enough.
Yep.
But nothing like gratuitous as some other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, this is going to cover episodes 7 to 9. And episode 7, we start off with an interesting add-on to 2 new characters.
Yep. Of course. Vampire Girl introduces them!
Yeah.
In the stupidest way possible.
Yeah. So she's like, Teach, I saw something. There's a really strange guy creeping around the school. He was hairy, like a bear. He had, I forget her descriptions, but...
I do too.
It's like...
But teacher was like, wait, did you see an actual bear?
Oh yeah, he was big like a bear, scruffy like a wild animal, had evil eyes.
Wait,
did you see an actual bear?
God! What? Why do you bring these crap shows to us all the time?
What are you talking about?
Talking about the Vampire Girl.
Oh. You just called it a crap show. I was like, are you talking about me?
No, I'm talking about the girl bringing all these... causing all these issues. All the time.
She's hyperactive.
She needs Valium. Here, take some medication.
No, I encourage hyperactivity. You just gotta focus it.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll get into more of how she needs to focus later, because that's the next episode. This one's more about...
Are there new characters?
Yeah. And then we meet the young boy, Kurtz is his name.
And our first introduction to him is...
him crying in the hallway.
Yep! And, the succubus teacher, Saki, talking to him.
Yep. And... she finds out quickly, he's lying. He's a consistent liar, and he's really bad at it.
Oh, he's horrible at lying.
We'll get into that a little bit.
Yep. He goes off to find his parents, because, teacher, crying kid.
Yeah.
And he grabs her.
Yeah, to get her to stop, and then she's like, oh shit, he grabbed me, that's not good. He'll be affected by my powers. Turns out, Kurtz is immune to succubus aphrodisia.
Yeah. And then we, meet his, friend in the best way possible.
Superior, we'll say.
Yeah. What did he do? Jumped onto the wall.
Grabbed the guy by the arm, jumped up the wall, jumped back, flipped over, pushing the guy onto the ground with in an armbar style takedown.
I stopped him! Kurt.
Oh shit. Who?
Did you just attack your superior?
Oh, no. Crap.
I'm dead. Turns out this little liar pants on fire is...
a junior detective.
Yeah!
Yeah, and the guy who he just took down is the senior detective.
Yeah.
And their job is to investigate demi-criminal activities, mostly related to succubi.
Yeah, because you never know if succubi are doing it on purpose or by accident.
Yeah, it's a really touchy issue there.
Yep. And he's in a good bit of the episode.
Yes, this is a big introduction to him. I think we'll see him a few times here and there, but
yeah.
Again, he's not a major character. That's why he's only halfway through the series.
Yeah. And then turns out he knows the teacher.
Yeah. They've been working together since she was a child.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just coming to keep tabs on everything because he found out that the high school has 4 demis in it.
Yep. Then he looks in and he's like, oh, they look happy.
Yeah.
And he goes away and,
As he goes away, that's where Hikati sees him.
yeah.
And that's how that all started.
It's like, oh, this is how you started this.
Yeah.
And she tells her friends about seeing the guy, and lo and behold, they ask, did you see an actual bear?
Yeah, the running gag is like, wait, did you see a bear?
I wish it had been a bear.
Kinda. At the same time, it's like, it's kind of funnier when it's like, no, it wasn't a bear, but like, the way she freaking describes it, it's a bear.
I can just picture a teacher being like, oh, you're over dramatic. Oh, God, it's a bear.
Oh, shit, a bear.
Bear, why are you in our school?
Okay, if a bear enters your school, there's trouble. Because it's either an actual bear or it's plotting some sort of killing game. Yes, I went there.
I hate you. I really do. Anyway, this was a fun episode.
It was a fun episode. It got to show like how the police kind of deal with demis, and it's a much more sensitive subject.
Oh yeah,
because you can't just treat demis as humans and arrest them for criminal activity when they bring so many other unknowns to the table.
Oh yeah,
like a succubi is like, are you actually using that for evil, or you just can't help it? Because
yeah.
I can't send you to jail if it's like, no, I just couldn't help myself. It's my power.
You touched me. So, let's get into how bad a liar Kurtz is.
Oh, yes. So, when Takahashi... what?
It's Takahashi.
Takahashi talks to Kurtz because they have to sign in, which the senior didn't remember.
Hey, what are you doing at school?
Not demi-humans. Who brought up demi-humans? By the way, Kurtz is German.
Yeah.
Which...
He's an idiot.
Okay, let's not associate Germans with idiots, but... He's not the brightest tool in this shit. He's not an idiot, but he's just not a good liar.
Oh, he's definitely not a good liar.
Yeah, he's a terrible liar. But...
shifty as hell.
Yeah. He gets very nervous when he has to lie, so...
Funny you mention perverts at the start.
Yeah.
Because we ran into one in this episode.
Yeah, so we have the ongoing boy who's kind of a pervert. It's high school, so cut him some slack. Some, not all.
Yeah. Took a picture of the teacher.
Yeah, took a picture of the succubi teacher with not even anything that provocative.
Yeah.
She's just opened her jacket just slightly.
Yeah. And Kurtz jumps out the window and grabs his phone.
And gives him a lecture on, like, you only liked her because she's a succubi.
Then he's like, no!
I like her because she's her!
And then he goes to the balcony
and I don't care if that makes me a pervert!
Screaming this to the entire school.
And I like how you were mortified, like, but you just, like, sold yourself in. I was like, I think everyone knew.
Yeah. Then I'm like, yeah.
You didn't hide it.
God, no. Then Kurtz was like, here, have the phone back. You keep the picture.
Yeah, he was like, that was a good answer.
Kurtz, go away.
Yeah.
Just go away.
I don't think we see him anymore, is the thing.
Oh, God, thank you.
If we do, it's very briefly. Oh, wait, no, I think he's in one episode.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. On to the next episode, episode 8.
Wasn't this,
Go on. You can remember. I know you can.
No.
This was the studying episode.
Right!
This is where we find out that Hikati's not a good student, lo and behold.
Was there ever any doubt?
And Machi's actually really intelligent.
Yeah. What? She got the third mark?
Fifth highest mark in the school.
Yeah.
While Yuki only got 27th, I think. She was in the 20s.
Yeah.
And Hikati, I don't even think ranked.
Oh, her sister was like second?
Yeah, her sister got second place.
Yeah. So, and then they just decide, oh, let's all study together. Well, yeah, right?
Yeah.
While Yuki drops her book.
Yeah. This is also where we get the next interaction of, or next pairing of Saki and Yuki.
Mm-hmm.
We're like both coming together because they both like manga.
Yep.
Except for Yuki is a closet manga reader. She can't let anyone know she reads that stuff.
Yep. It's too childish. And I was like, oh, I will slap you.
So Cody, into the manga, kind of took offense to that statement.
He's like, it's too childish. I'm going to slap you.
You remember high school, though.
Yeah.
If you like something weird, everyone picked on you for it.
I just love how everything she talked about in the manga made her laugh.
Yeah. Her sense of humor is pretty high.
Yeah.
It's easy to make her laugh.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about some of this stuff, and I was like, I'd actually read that. Like the vampire detective that kills all the villains by giving them a clue that he's coming to kill them. And as soon as they decipher the clue, he kills them.
That reminds me of something you would do.
Maybe.
So, my note.
I'm right behind you. Well, that sucked. I guess I should have figured that out sooner.
Now I'm dead. So yeah, we break to them studying.
Yep. Machi makes the joke, is like, well, Machi hears that Takahashi will praise them if they do good, as a normal teacher would. Oh, yeah? And she's like, well, I gotta try harder to get praise from him.
Maybe I'll take the top spot.
Yeah, maybe I'll take the hot top spot. Just joking.
Bragger.
Yeah. I do like the camaraderie around with them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're not at each other's throats, and they're just friends being friends.
Yep. And in this episode, didn't they also have that, like, tooth itching contest?
I think it was this episode, too, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they had yes, it was, because there was the spitefulness of it.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
spiteful.
Hikati holds kind of like a tournament because Takahashi brings up the questions like, well, you gnaw on people's arms. Like, what's that kind of equate to? And then who would you say has the best arm to gnaw on? And she ranks everyone. She's like, well, I started with my sister, so I can't, it's hard to describe her, but I would say bubblegum?
Yeah.
Something that you would just chew on because you want to chew on something?
Yeah.
Mochi was like a chicken tenderloin.
Like a 36?
65.
Oh, 65, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And
Yuki got a 93 because, like, soft served ice cream is what the description was.
Yep.
And Takahashi got a big fat 0.
Yep.
Inedible.
Yep, fail. Inedible. It's like,
the arm was too thick, too hairy, and too muscular.
It's like, you petty little cow.
Yeah, you have to kind of, like, remember that, like, Takahashi earlier criticized her for getting failing scores.
Oh,
so.
oh yeah, I remember that. Give me a hug. Denied.
Right. Why is it so windy in here?
Oh, that was hilarious.
I love when anime take a subtle joke and just like, let's make a throwaway gag like that.
Yeah.
Like he walks away dramatically, and of course his lab coat will blow in the breeze, but you're inside, so how the hell did the wind happen? And then some character will actually call that out.
Yeah. I like how at the end of the episode, they're checking the scoreboard again. Oh, yeah, a Hikati?
Hikati.
I'll never get this.
Yeah.
So, actually got a passable grade.
Yep. Not the highest ranking,
No.
but a passable.
Yeah, went to check the scoreboard. Her sister dropped.
Yeah.
I think,
She went down to third.
yeah, and I think, Yuki got higher?
No, Yuki got better than she did last time, but not.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
And then, checks the top spot.
Yeah, she's like, oh, who dare overthrow my sister? And then freezes. And of course, the other two girls, Yuki and Machi, will come up.
Yep.
They're like, what's up? Why's that look?
Machi, how could you?
I thought you were joking!
Then Yuki looks.
Freezes. And then they show the gag as Machi did get number 1.
Yep. Oh, God.
Alright, and then our final episode, episode 9.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one where our senior detective, I will never remember his name, Yaka something.
Yakaguku or whatever the hell.
Yeah,
I don't
his
know.
name is Yakaguku.
What? I don't know. Like, it's kind of a forgettable name.
Yeah, it's not very memorable. But I'm going to call him Yada just for short.
Yeah. Start of this episode. Saki.
Saki's home.
Drunk.
Has the next day off, so sure, I don't mind.
Yeah, and,
We won't get into the bear scene because that was awkward.
Yep. Weird.
People do weird things when they're drunk, that's all I'm going to say.
Yep. And,
Gets a call from Yada.
yeah, Goop, whatever his
I'm just going to say Yada.
Yep, there we go.
And says, I think I figured out who you like. And of course that awakens Saki from her drunken stupor.
Yep.
And if it's who I think it is, you better strike now because he's kind of a catch.
Yeah, it's like, go for it!
Yeah.
Use
your powers!
Like, should you be concerned?
Yeah, like, your whole job is to stop Succubi from illegally using their powers.
Yeah.
For their own gain, and you're encouraging this?
Yeah.
What are you? Slow to hit the office, you need to make your own drama?
Oh, I like that. Slow to hit the office, you need to make your own drama now? And then...
Anyways,
yeah,
so
advice.
she goes, sees him the next day to say, like, hey, do you want to learn about Succubi? Because that's his biggest weakness to get him interested. And
yep.
he's like, yeah, sure, of course I want to learn about Succubi. She's like, okay, do you want to see it in action?
And then he's like,
What? He's like, I'm just going to take off my jacket just to show you what one layer of clothing can do.
no!
Yeah.
Turns around and...
He doesn't give a response, and she's like, wait, is my powers actually working? Do I even have powers? And meanwhile, in his head, he's like, that's sexy.
Yeah.
But he's like, she's taking this seriously. I can't falter and not take this seriously.
And then they have a huge discussion.
Yeah. They have a huge discussion on the effects of attractiveness and actual love. Because Saki's biggest problem is that she doesn't think that if she uses her aphrodisiac, the person that loves her is actually in love with her.
And he points out that it's part of you.
It's a part of you, and basically you and a normal woman are pretty much the same thing. Any attraction is still attraction, which shows a sign of love.
Yeah. Then the discussion continues for a bit.
Yeah.
Zips up her...
Okay, we didn't have to go there, but yeah, she zips up her jacket.
And he's like, sorry. He's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
He's...
So, she did the equivalent, might as well say it because we can't leave the viewers hanging on that one. She did basically the equivalent of when you zip up your fly and you hit your...
Yeah!
Except for with her boob.
Yeah.
And I was like,
hilarious.
oh, that had to hurt.
Yeah, it was hilarious. She's like, sorry.
Yeah, it's like she shouldn't have had to apologize there, but...
He's just like, it's okay.
Yeah.
And then, I think we hit,
This is also the episode where we talk about the heat issue.
Oh, yeah. And Yuki wanting to learn how to
control
use
her powers to beat the heat. She's like, it's kind of silly that I can suffer heat exhaustion when I can produce cold.
Yeah. So went on a whole experiment.
Yep. It's like, well, try tricking your body into producing these emotions that trigger your cold. Like, try acting.
This was the worst acting attempt I have ever seen.
She's a high school girl.
Yeah.
And you tell her to act. What's she supposed to do?
True.
So she acts like a dramatic scene from like some show she probably watched or a manga she read.
Takahashi almost laughs out loud.
Yeah, he's like, no, I can't laugh. She's taking this seriously.
Yeah. And as he...
Maybe she'll making a hidden acting ability.
Yeah. And then as he seems to do in this... He starts speaking out loud when he probably shouldn't be.
Yeah. So, yeah, the thing that they all know and like keep forgetting is that when he's focused on a problem, he forgets to how to act like a human.
Yeah.
And then he'll have that thought like at the end is like where he just speaks it out loud. Well, I guess in that case it would make sense that.
Yeah.
And then something incriminating.
Yeah. Lo and behold, the entire exercise was a failure.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. She found out that she can produce ice crystals because that's embarrassing as hell.
Yeah.
So she'll get the cold feet sweat.
And then, like, the others show up and stick their feet in the water for coolness.
Yeah.
Gym class!
Yeah. We'll hurry this up, we're running out of time, but...
Yeah.
Gym class, not much really happens other than we find out that, yes, of course, Hikati and Yuki can't do gym class outside in the heat. It'll exhaust them completely.
Oh, God, yes.
Mochi seems fine, except for maybe her hands get a little bit sweaty.
Yeah.
But she's kind of used to that.
Oh, yeah.
The interesting thing I want to bring up is that they decide, well, let's tell a ghost story. And Mochi's like, okay, I have one. And it's not a bad story. It actually kind of is creepy.
Oh, yeah, until she...
Until you realize that it's like, well, if you put Mochi as the villain in this, it's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
just moved her head up and down. Oh, this was creepy until you did that.
Yeah. Until you realize who's telling the story, and then you're like, oh, yeah. But yeah, we're almost done. I think we have one more episode left of this.
Woo!
And it's only going to get more funner from here, if I remember.
Oh, God. This is going to be funny. I'm going to enjoy it.
We're going to go from, if I understand correctly, very deep thinking, I'll say. Provoking thoughts, sorry.
To mind-numbing stupidness.
To fun. Just having some fun with the characters.
Oh, nice. This is going to be fun. I'm
yeah.
looking forward to this.
But with that, though, we'll call the episode here. So thank you all very much for listening in. Tune in next week for this finale of this.
Woo.
Until then, have a good one, guys.
Peace out.